Hello, my everybody's, and welcome to this latest edition of 4.0 and Below. I'm your host, the Comic Grump, and where the hell have I been? I don't know. Where the hell have you been? No. Where have I been? Well, to start off with, back in March, me and my buddy, well, actually, it started off with this. I bought this off eBay, Sports Illustrated mag with one of my childhood heroes on it, the Robert Craig Evel Knievel. And I posted the photo on Facebook of this magazine. And another friend that I knew years ago, we used to work at the same TV station, he texted me and basically said, have you ever been to the Evel Knievel Museum in Topeka, Kansas? I didn't even know there was an Evel Knievel Museum in Topeka, Kansas. And I said, no. And so I looked up online, and they sort of had a few photos, and it was like, holy shit, I need to get to the Evel Knievel Museum in Topeka, Kansas. Because if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend it. I will try to put a link down below to the photos that I took. I posted a bunch of them on Twitter. The place is amazing. All the cycles, all the jumpsuits, all the helmets. They sort of have it broken down by each jump. Like the Cow Palace, Wembley Stadium. And even there's a huge exhibit on the Snake River Canyon jump, including the rocket that was run on steam, if you can believe that. And the best part was for each jump, it was either labeled, there's a little placard that said it was a success or a crash. And then there was a little map of Evel in his little jumpsuit with the skeleton drawn in it. And it was basically illustrated, every bone that he broke during such crash. And so, no, like I said, it was very great. So again, if you're ever in the Topeka area, I highly recommend the Evel Knievel Museum. My understanding is at some point they're going to close up shop there and move it all to Vegas. Again, I was like, why Topeka? There's an explanation why that's there, and I'll leave that for you all to uncover for yourselves. So anyway, so that was basically the only really thing that I've managed to get done this year. Did manage to get a few books picked up, and so we'll try to catch up a little bit, and we're going to talk about our goals for the year of 2022. And another magazine that I managed to pick up in the interim between our last update was this issue, Creepy number 84. Now, why Creepy number 84? It has to do with the cover, because I wanted to complete the Murder Ball Quintet. Okay? And the Murder Ball Quintet consists of Creepy number 84, and from its sister mag, Eerie number 79, Eerie number 88, with a little basketball versus alien action, and Eerie number 92, with some murder hockey. So that was the goal there. And so like I said, I'm glad to finally get that picked up and to complete that set. Okay, now, while I was in Topeka, I stopped at a comic shop there, Lunatics Comics. It seemed fairly new, so most of the stock was fairly new. There was hardly any older comics, in there. It was mostly just all modern stuff. There was some older stuff, but it was all kind of relegated to the dollar bins, and you kind of had to dig a little bit. Didn't find a whole lot. I did pull out this Adventure Comics, number 426. We can zoom in just a little bit there. Okay. featuring the Vigilante. And then also I found a huge stack of Power Pack comics. Now, I'd read Power Pack when it first came out off the rack until about issue 39. And then, because the creative team changed, I think Louise Simonson jumped ship and went to DC, and it just wasn't as good. So I kind of stopped reading it. But these are like super cheap. This might have been a 50-cent bin. And so there's a bunch of them there, so I just grabbed a whole stack of Power Pack comics. 41, hopefully maybe get that complete someday. Then 42, some Inferno action there. Number 43. Some more Inferno. Number 44. Get starting the New Mutants in their butt fugly costumes. Okay. Let's see. Moving on to number 45. Number 46. I remember we were trying to make Dakota North a thing. Let's see, number 47. Number 48. Number 49. Number 50. The Snark's coming back. Snark tag. Okay, and the last one there was number 51. It was apparently a cameo appearance by Whoopi Goldberg. And that was about it that I could really... Oh, wait. There was one more thing. Hang on. I did pick up this Treasury edition. The crossover. I don't know if you can see that there. It is, of course, you probably see most of it, Batman versus the Incredible Hulk. Now, this was a rare childhood casualty. I had this when I was a kid, loved it to pieces, but I have no idea where it went. It's like I said, it's gone and disappeared. And so they kind of wanted a good chunk of change for it, but I thought it was worth it. And like I said, we were all the way down there, and like I said, really couldn't find anything else, so I went ahead and splurged on it. Good story by Lynn Wein. Great art by Garcia Lopez, and it just kind of makes this mismatched team up works, and it works great. If you've never read it, I think there's been a couple reprints of it, and what I paid for it is a lot less than what I have to pay for it on eBay or whatever. So, and it's not in the greatest of shape. There's lots of scuffing on it and stuff, but there's really no bends or creases. It's all intact. It's in great shape. So I'm very happy to pick that up. So that was it for the Topeka trip. And so moving on, went to Omaha and went to hit up Legends Comics. And I went to the building where they usually are. They weren't there. Apparently they moved. But with a quick check of Google, I was able to track them down and go to the new store, which looks fine. It's not permanent. They're hoping to find something else so they can reopen their coffee bar and everything too. Had a little better luck there. Dug out a full series of the old Gold Key Avengers, or the Invaders, excuse me. This is 1967, based on the old TV series. That's number 1. And this is number 2. They said they never really number those right on the front. And again, when I get smart, I write them down on the back. So this is number 3. And this is number 4. And that's the last issue. Okay. Also dug out, I was missing this one, X-Force number 11, which is apparently the first appearance of the real Domino, and also found X-Force number 13. Okay, and that basically complete. I got X-Force now like 1 through 40, and that's probably enough on that one. Okay. Also at Legends, I picked up the Defenders number 27. Pretty good price on that. That's an upgrade because the one I have, the cover, it fell off. It's in terrible condition. So those are kind of going price a little bit because the Guardians are in it. And then the last thing I found at Legends was a Phantom Stranger number 15. So we're getting closer and closer on that one too, to finishing that one up. Okay, then we moved to Krypton Comics in Omaha. Again, another great store. Got in there, and they kind of segregate the comics a little bit. They sort of have a Golden Age section, a Silver Age section, and then the modern stuff. And I usually make a beeline for the Silver Age and dig through there. And I found quite a few things there. I was pretty happy to find, and the price was like, okay, I can afford this. And so I found an old Brave and the Bold, number 65, where the Flash teams up to take on the Doom Patrol. I thought that was a Monsieur Mala there for a second, but no, I think that's Girl and Grodd. Also found an Inferior 5, number 12, in amazing shape. Also found a Demon number 2. And I think I'm only missing, I think I'm just missing issue 7. And that'll be complete. And then I found a few of the original Secret Six comics. That's number 4. And number 5. And number 7. Okay. Also found, let's see, Marvel Bronze Age Horror, A Crypt of Shadows, number 13. Excuse me, A Crypt of Shadows, number 14. Also, out of those long boxes, I found Thor 157, which is sort of a follow-up issue to that last Thor I bought there, because the story was really great. And I wanted to see how it ended. And so that was all I found in the stacks. But as I was going up to the front, the guy behind the counter saw that I had that Thor book, and he says, "Oh, we got a bunch of newer old stock in," and it was sort of all behind the case. And it was like stacks of all different series. And I was like, ooh, pretties. And so I went through his Thor stack and I pulled out A Journey into Mystery, number 121. Isn't that a cool cover? And to think I used to not get Kirby. I'm a moron. And Journey into Mystery, number 122. And then also I found a Defenders number 17. This is another upgrade. I had this one already. And this one, luckily I got this one because apparently this is the first appearance of the Wrecking Crew. And of course, with all the key bullshit, apparently they're going to show up the She-Hulk series. And so this has gone through the roof too. Okay. And then I also found a Ghost Rider, volume 1, number 8. The Devil's Disciple. And then also a few Hulks, volume 1. Let's see, number 125. And now The Absorbing Man. And number 127. Looks like he's fighting Mogul. Number 147. If America's to live, the Hulk must die. Still chipping away at that Hulk, volume 1. Okay. And then also, he had a few X-Men books back there. Let's see, 124. And number 126. At the end of the day, I spent a pretty good chunk of change at Krypton Comics, as you can obviously see. As I joke with a guy, and he says, when I was done here, I was planning to stop at the Longhorn for a steak, but I think I'll just go home instead. And I did. Well, I stopped at Burger King on the way home, which is I could still afford. And also, in the interim, while I was gone, my hometown had their 4th annual Comic-Con. Technically, it was the 3rd one because the first 3rd one got canceled because of that bitch COVID. And since I kind of blew my wad at Krypton, I really didn't spend a whole lot there. There was some good dealers there and a lot of interesting books. Again, all these runs that I'm trying to do are kind of getting down to all the key bullshit, so it's getting kind of expensive. So I sort of strategized and just kind of did some targeted hits on a few things that I found that I needed, starting with Avengers number 59, which is I guess that's sort of a key, minor key. It's the first appearance of Yellow Jacket. Picked up a few more Hulks. Hulk 140. I thought this was another upgrade from the one that I had, but I got it home and pulled it out of the bag, and the spine was split from the top to the bottom staple. So not much of an upgrade on that one. Also got number 143, part 2, where he visits Latveria and takes on Doctor Doom. And then issue 158 for the Hulk, fighting the Rhino on the Counter Earth with all the little Animen. Can you see him down there, the little lizard dude? Okay. And then also I bought X-Men number 108, which is, I believe that's the first Byrne issue on the X-Men run. Him and Claremont teamed up for the next couple years. So, again, happy to get that. Slowly getting that put together, too. Yeah, we'll get more into that when we talk about my year-end goals at the end of the video, which brings us to our eBay wins. Now, these are going to be kind of target-specific. Again, we'll jump the gun here a little bit. One of the goals this year is I want to finish up the Bronze Age first volume of Ghost Rider. And to those ends, I bought a pretty good sized lot, starting with number 14, Ghost Rider. Some of these I already have, but the lot was pretty good, and a lot of them were in pretty good shape. Number 15, Vengeance on the Fanjura Freeway. Number 16, Blood in the Water, in the gripping tradition of Jaws, the most savage shocker of all. Number 17, A Very Private Hell, side by side with the Son of Satan. And number 18, this one's probably in the worst shape of the bunch. It's the Salvation Run. The Champions, the FF, and Spidey Man. Although, maybe it's the second worst. This might be the worst of the lot. Because that looks awful dirty. I don't know if I can clean any of that off or not. Probably not. So, I might try to replace those at a later date. Okay, continuing on, number 20. And number 21. More mind-stunning action than ever before. Versus Gladiator and the Eel. 22. I thought that said nobody eats the Enforcer there for a second, but nobody beats the Enforcer. Number 23. Wrath of the Water Wizard. I think the Scourge got him eventually. I think he got the Enforcer too. Now that I think about it. Number 24. Showdown with the Enforcer. Number 25. Mayhem at 100 mile an hour. 180 mile an hour, excuse me. Let's see, number 26. The Doom named Dr. Druid. What happened to that guy? Is he still in Weird World? I can't remember. And 27. Versus the menacing might of the Manticore. Because you demanded it. Hawkeye and the Two-Gun Kid. Back in action again. Okay. So that was a lot of Ghost Rider. And to keep going, I also picked up number 62, Mayhem in the Middle East. Number 64, In the Clutches of Asmodeus. Number 70, Freaks. Number 71, Evil Are the Eyes of Adam Henderson. I'm going to really read that. And, okay, I'll jump ahead to 75. Introducing Steelwind. I don't know whatever happened to her either. Okay. A few more. So number 76. Separated Last, Johnny Blaze battles the Ghost Rider. Number 77. Revealed at last the secret origin of the demon who dwells within Johnny Blaze. Okay. Number 78. Taking on Nightmare. Number 79. Murder by Man Cycle. Number 80. The Eater of Souls. And finally, number 81. And Let There Be Death, which is the last issue of Volume 1 of Ghost Rider. So, like I said, that's one of our goals this year, is to finish up that Bronze Age run of Ghost Rider Volume 1. As for the rest of our goals, let's take a look. We're going to keep chipping away at the Avengers Volume 1. That's all what I'm missing. Like number 1 and number 4 probably won't happen unless the bubbles burst, and the bubbles burst badly. Then never say never. You never know. Hulk Volume 2, technically, because the first 6 issues, those are out of reach. But I think the rest of that's very doable, even the big 3 there. The X-Men, the Burn the Claremont run, I'm only missing 3 issues there, 110, 121, which is going for ridiculous money right now because of the Alpha Flight, even though Alpha Flight first appeared in 120. Key bullshit. Marvel Spotlight. Again, probably could get all that done except for number 5. Again, unless the bubble bursts. Ghost Rider, Volume 1, there it is. That's all that I'm missing yet. And then some minor goals. I want to get the Witching Hour, the first 20 issues of the Witching Hour, and the first 20 issues of Ghosts, which are a couple of Bronze DC books, horror books, that I would really like to get my hands on. Now, and in an effort to complete these goals, I did manage to get, I'd say, 2 more minor keys and then 1 major key. Okay. And this is one of those things, I got them, everything I got on eBay. And I think both times I was kind of looking for something else. And then it's like, I don't know, the algorithm or whatever kind of kicked these up. And the first came in a pair, and it was one of these things, you look at the price, you look at the price twice, and you look at the price 3 times, and you kind of scour over the pictures, and it's like, really? And then you kind of check on the seller, and all seems legit and straight up, and it's like, for that price, buy now, buy it now, and which I did. And so I picked up Marvel Spotlight, number 28, which is the first solo appearance of Moon Knight, which I think might predate the 3rd appearance in Werewolf by Night, but I'm not sure, because that 3rd appearance is a sort of a dream sequence, if I remember. And then also Marvel Spotlight, number 29. So, yay! Well, the series is already over, so I'm sure it's probably going to plummet, and I probably overpaid for it anyway. But, again, I think what I paid for both of them usually is the same price that you'd pay for just 28. And then the other one is another one of those, saw it, that can't be right, and looked at it, looked at the pictures, looked at the photos, checked, double checked, triple checked on the seller, and it's like, yeah, it's legit. And so we talked about the big 3 of the Hulk, the 180, 181, and 182. 1 down, 2 to go. I picked up a Hulk number 182, which of course is the 3rd appearance of the Wolverine, unless you count those ads, which I don't. That's just more key bullshit. Stop it. Just stop it. So, I think there's hope for the other 2 too. In fact, I'm kind of eyeballing one, but that's a whole nother story for another day, which we might discuss in a future episode, if it all shakes out. But, don't hold your breath. So, that'll do it for this haul. This is the Comic Grump for 4.0 and below, reminding you to never, ever be embarrassed about what you can afford comic book-wise, because you never know what you're going to find on eBay. You might wind up with one of those. So until next time, we'll catch you later. See ya. Bye-bye.